Hey there, so happy to have everyone join me here today. How are you doing? I am here and we are going to be having whole conversations about your personal growth. So today we are talking personal growth is the new competitive advantage. Now listen. Now if I asked you to show me your business strategy for 2026, you'd probably show me something. But if I asked you to show me your personal evolution strategy, I don't know how many of us would be able to give me an answer for that question. Now, listen, the thing is, most people are trying to build a 10-story empire with a one-story foundation. Today, we are going to fix that foundation, talk about why personal growth is the ultimate differentiator between those who lead and those who just follow. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Today, we are looking at personal growth, which is the new competitive advantage. Why personal growth? Why personal growth? We understand compound interest from the perspective of bank accounts, but we ignore compound interest when it comes to our personal growth. Small, consistent growth practiced daily will bring us unrecognizable results. And James Clear, in his book, Atomic Habits, has affirmed that improvement in skills by just 1% every day brings you about 37 times better by the same time next year. So, which means if you keep increasing consistently your work on who you are as a person, there is no way you're going to end up the same person. Now, listen, age is automatic. You don't have to do anything to grow older. Time does that for you. Aging is passive. You just need to be alive and you're aging. But personal growth is intentional. It requires a decision. It requires for you to choose it. It requires for you to pursue it. It requires your intentionality. So while aging is passive, personal growth is active. Today, we are looking at personal growth, the competitive advantage, and I will be right back. I am Dr. Susan Echu.
For your corporate and personal needs.
Leaders World Institute, changing lives, one leader at a time.
Hello, once again, welcome. I am Dr. Susan Echu. Today we are looking at personal growth being the new competitive advantage. Personal growth being the new competitive advantage. Now, in the past, we learned that what you know is what will set you apart. But we know that that is changing and that has changed a lot. Why has it changed? Because we are in a new age. Today is not just what you know, it is who you are becoming that is the differentiator. It is the differentiator because today it is how fast you can learn, unlearn, relearn, and adapt that actually sets you apart. And while other leaders are working intentionally to develop themselves, learning, unlearning, relearning, and adapting, others are plateauing. And that is what we are looking at. Where are you now as a person, as a leader? And where do you want to be in the years ahead? Technical skills are good. But we are in a day where if it's just your technical skills you're going to be depending on, then you're going to miss the competitive edge. And like I shared already, age is automatic. You just have to sleep and you wake up and you're older. You don't have to do nothing special about that. But personal growth, it comes with intentionality. You have to earn it. You have to desire it. You have to pursue it. You have to exercise discipline. You have to decide that daily you are going to pursue your personal growth. And that's why I say getting older is inevitable. You are going to get older. You are going to get older. You're going to age, whether you like it or not. But personal growth is something that you have to desire. You have to desire. It is optional. Yeah, it is optional, which means you can decide to either be the person, the leader that is growing, developing, evolving, and transforming yourself into better versions of who you are, or you just plateau and you coast in your comfort zone, and that's it. And this is in all spheres of life. This is in all domains of life. So long as you're a breathing human person, this is your business. Personal growth is your business. So while growing older is inevitable, growth is optional. Age adds years to your life. Age adds years to your life, but personal growth adds life to your years. How do you want to live the next few years that you have? Listen, even if it's 100 years that you live, I'll call it few compared to eternity. How do you want to live the next few years that you are going to be here on this earth? Is it going to be intentionally growing yourself, or is it just going to be, what will be will be? Waiting for somebody to come save you, waiting for that big break, waiting for this special celebrity to find you, and so that your life can just change? Well, I have news for you. Personal growth is intentional. Your age is going to happen, but personal growth, you have to decide for it. You have to be determined about it. Now, listen, some people are 50 years old, but they stopped growing when they were 12 years old. Some are 60 years old, but they stopped growing when they were 25 years old. Some are 30 years old, but they stopped growing when they were 15 years old. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's as serious as that. Because you have to choose to grow intentionally. You have to choose to grow yourself intentionally. While age is a number that you don't beg for, a number that you don't ask for, a number that you don't bet for. Personal growth is a choice. It is a choice that you make, and you say, you know what? I'm going to change my life. I'm going to turn my life around. Because my age is just adding years to my life. But what's going to add life to my years is my choice about pursuing personal growth. So where are you right now as far as your personal growth is concerned? I need you to begin to assess yourself right now. Where are you as far as your personal growth? And listen, if you're here, listen, I just want you to put in the comments where you are joining me from. I know some of us are on LinkedIn, some on Facebook, some on YouTube. Just let me know what country you're joining me from, what city you're joining me from, and also what app you're joining us from, okay? Now listen, as someone who grew up in childhood circumstances that I consider less than ideal, and yes, I know many of us are in those circumstances too. You're like, yeah, I didn't grow up with a golden spoon in my mouth. I understand it because, yes, I grew up in similar circumstances that I did not consider ideal, but hey, there was always a yearning in my soul. There was always a cry in my heart. There was always something within me that said, you know what? Right now, it seems like I'm trudging through life. Maybe you're feeling like you're trudging through life. You have a good paying job, but there is no color. You don't wake up with a spark. You don't wake up with a big, hallelujah in your soul. You're just like, yeah, I have money. I'm paying my bills, but there is something missing. You're just trudging through. I understand it. I've been there. Trudging through life and hoping that one day a switch will turn and things will change. Is that your story? If that is your story, I want you to put in the comments for me, that is my story. Remember, when you when you let others know that they are not alone, by sharing your story, you help to strengthen others. So as someone who grew up in circumstances that I considered less than ideal, I was trudging through life and, just hoping that one day this switch will turn on and things will be different. But guess what? That actually happened. Yes, that actually happened. That switch turned on. Something happened. And I have the secret to share with you today. What is it that happened? It was the key of personal growth. It was the key of personal evolution. It was the key of personal internal growth, change, and transformation. That was the key that I found. And that is why I'm here to share with you this key. And as someone who also coaches growth-minded people who are interested in increasing their influence, their impact, and their legacy, I have seen the same transformation happen in the lives of so many people I cannot even count. So today, if you're watching and you're here with me, I believe this is not a coincidence. You're supposed to hear this because your next step in your growth line is just one decision away, is just one choice away. And like I said before, personal growth is a choice. You have to choose to grow as a person. And this is not about your title. This is not about your job experience. This is about the internal infrastructure that upholds and sustains everything around you, everything beside you, everything that will come along in your life as you keep growing, as you keep desiring to prosper and to increase in the things you're doing. So I'm not actually talking about technical skills. I'm not talking about your credentials. I'm not talking about your certificates. Okay, but I have a lot of these certificates myself. So I'm not saying that those certificates are not okay. I have a degree in law. I have a master's in gender and development. I have a master's in teaching. I have a PhD in curriculum and education. So yes, I'm not saying those certificates are not okay. Yes, get your certificates. But I'm looking at the internal infrastructure that is the differentiator that's going to differentiate you from your competition, differentiate you from others, differentiate you from others maybe selling the same product. Who are you? Are you growing? Are you intentional about your growth? Personal growth is the intentional, ongoing process of becoming a better version of yourself. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, professionally, and relationally. I'm going to bring that definition again. Personal growth is the intentional, ongoing process of becoming a better version of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, professionally, and relationally. It is the daily commitment that you make to expand your thinking, sharpen your skills, strengthen your character, and step into the fullness of who you're meant to be. And this doesn't happen by accident. It is built, it is earned, it is chosen. Today, I'm challenging you to choose personal growth. And if you're here and you're listening to me, I'd like you to go ahead and put in the comments for me, I choose personal growth. I choose personal growth. It is no longer an option. It is not optional. It is the differentiator that you need in 2026 and beyond. It is the differentiator that you need in 2026 and beyond. Let's see who is here with us today. All right. I see you. I see you. Okay, I see you. All right. I see Dr. Nwaka following. I see Naz following. I see Mercy choosing personal growth. Dr. Mercy choosing personal growth. That is fantastic. I choose personal growth. We're going to choose personal growth. That is beautiful. Thank you for joining us. And let us know already if you have any contributions, you can put them in the comments as well. Today, we are looking at personal growth, which is the new competitive advantage. Personal growth is the new competitive advantage. Listen, unlike technical skills or your credentials that I mentioned earlier, this is internal growth. This is internal growth, and it compounds over time. And this is an aspect of life that many people have neglected, and that is why they are declining. That is why they are losing color with life. That is why they are not able to find purpose in what they do. That is why they wake up on Monday feeling like they had a wrestling match the night before, and there is no zest to move on to do the things that they want to do. We are in a world of automation. And if you're going to be relying on your technical skills only, then you are going to be losing the competitive edge, the competitive advantage. Why? Because in this age of automation and AI, there is a leveling play field for everyone when it comes to hard skills. I'll say it again. AI and automation are the leveling playing field for hard skills for everyone. The only thing that's going to set you apart is your inner game, because that will be your primary advantage. Nobody can copy that. Nobody can compete with you about that, because it is internal. In the past, your credentials, your expertise was the differentiator. All you needed to do is brandish those certificates, is brandish your degrees, and they are still okay. They are still important. But today, how fast you can learn, how fast you can unlearn, how fast you can relearn and adapt, that is what is going to set you apart. Because knowledge is increasing at breakneck speed. Today, knowledge, all kinds of knowledge, is at the tip of your fingers. Today, you can know everything that you want to know if you only have the internet. And good information too that you can really use, good information that a consultant could have given you. That's not to say you should not consult consultants. Consultants are specialized in their fields. They have learned it over time and they understand the ropes around it. But today we are looking at your adaptability quotient. Your adaptability quotient being a separator that separates those who thrive and those who plateau. So if you're going to be thriving, instead of plateauing and declining, you want to look at personal growth. Today, I am bringing a case for personal growth, saying that personal growth is the ultimate differentiator that you need for 2026 and beyond. Knowing like what you understand, what you know, is increasingly getting cheaper. Yes, it's increasingly getting cheaper. Your competitions can buy the same software that you are buying. They can visit and consult with the same consultants that you're consulting. But what is going to set you apart is what you're doing to grow yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, relationally. That is what is going to set you apart. Are you among those people that is maybe 40 years old and you discover that all your stories, all your experiences, all the highs of what you feel that your life was worth is 20 years ago? Don't give up. I have good news for you. Personal growth is your answer. Personal development is your answer. Oh yes. If you feel like you have lost the zest of life and you don't feel like life is having any meaning, and it's not about money because you have the money, personal development is the answer. And personal growth is not just about developing yourself and being that person that you want to be, that you're meant to be. It is also about your habits, about what patterns you are developing within you, and what level of complexity and responsibility you are able to handle. It's about the complexity and what level of responsibility you're able to handle because of the person you have become. People are going to hire you because of who you are and who you're becoming, not just because of the technical skills. The differentiator is going to be the inner game. It's going to be who you are on the inside. And that is the uncopyable edge. It is the edge about you that nobody can copy. They cannot copy your resilience. They cannot copy your intuition. They cannot copy your emotional intelligence. None of that is copyable. I remember these words from Miles Monroe. He said something about that relates with the workforce, especially. He said, if they do not respect, if they don't like you, it doesn't matter. Make them respect you for the quality of your work. And that is a game changer. But I tell you, apart from the quality of your work, there is also the deal breaker, which is the quality of your person. Who are you as a person? Now, in one word, what is one area of your personal growth that you know needs the most attention right now? Share with me, what is one area of your personal growth that you know needs the most attention right now? I'd like you to put it in the comments. And I tell you, when you put it in the comments, what you're doing is you're putting it out there. You're declaring that, and you're holding yourself accountable already. You're holding yourself, Solomon, thank you for joining us today. You're holding yourself accountable already when you do that. What is one area of your personal growth that you know needs the most attention right now? It could be your emotional intelligence, self-confidence, self-awareness, cultural awareness, gratitude, mindset, positive psychology, leadership, courage, risk-taking, discipline, consistency. It's just a lot of areas that we could grow in. It's broad, it's wide, it's big. That is why the biggest room is the room for improvement. So put in the comments for me that area that you know you have to grow in. That area that you know you have to grow in. Put it in the comments. What is one area? Listen, I want this to be practical for you. Put it in the comments. Today we are talking personal growth as the new competitive advantage, and I need this to be practical for you. Put in the comments what is one area that you know you have to put more attention, you have to give more attention to. What is that area that you want to give more attention to? And while we are doing that in the comments, I want to also share with us some of the areas that some of the why many people are not growing. Why are not growing? What are some of the reasons why people are not growing? Oh yeah. One of the reasons is just ignorance, lack of awareness, lack of awareness. We have been taught in school to get certificates. We have been taught in school to get good grades. We have been taught in school to have A's and B's. But who has taught us to grow as a person? Who has taught us that personal growth is the foundation that sustains the skyscrapers we are trying to build, which is your life? Your life is the skyscraper you're trying to build. Who has taught us that personal growth is that foundation that sustains everything that you do relationally? Who has taught us that personal growth is that foundation that sustains what you do in your career? Who has taught us that? So that's why we are having this conversation. I have observed from leaders around the globe, and I have learned from leaders from different industries, from different cultures across continents, and I have found that these obstacles to personal growth fall within these few categories, which the first one is lack of self-awareness, because every change begins with self-awareness. Every lasting change begins with self-awareness. If it's imposed on you, it's going to fly away just like it flew in. But if there is self-awareness and you understand where you are right now, and you understand where you're going to, and you understand what you need for you to be able to go where you're going to, you understand the sacrifices that you need to put in place. Hey, come on now, you're ready to fly. And I'm here rooting for you. I'm here clapping for you all the way. Because yes, you definitely gotta make it. Because you already understand what you're lacking. And now you understand what you need, or you're researching to see what you need to be on that journey to thrive in your person, to fulfill your purpose, and to be who you were created to be. So the first would be lack of self-awareness. And the second one would be, oh, I don't have time. Right? I don't have time. Okay, you don't have time, right? What are you busy doing? What are you busy doing? Building a 10-story building on a 1-story foundation? What are you busy doing? Because all those things that are on your plate, because your plate is full, who put them on your plate? You did. Yes, you did. All the things that are on your plate right now, you put them there, which means that they are the things you have prioritized, and some of the things you have no business being involved in. Some of the relationships you have no business being involved in. Some of the places you go to, some of the meetings, you have no business going to those meetings. Some of the things that you wake up and you're thinking about, like, they have no business owning space in your mind, owning space in your brain. So busyness is one of those excuses, one of those obstacles that people give for why they will not grow personally. But like I said before, it is optional. You have to decide if you're going to grow or not. It is optional. Age is automatic, it is passive. But I tell you, personal growth is active and it is intentional. You have to step up on the plate. You have to step up in the spotlight for yourself. You have to step up and say, you know what? I'm going to own it. I'm going to be it. I'm going to pursue it. Personal growth. I am making a case that personal growth is the new competitive advantage. Your technical skills, they are okay, But listen, the ultimate differentiator, 2026 and beyond, is your personal growth. And leaders who are thriving are the ones that are growing personally. Yes, you're going to make sure that you create that time, because you are the one who decides your priorities. You are the ones who decides what is going to be on your plate and what is not going to be on your plate. Do you know that even 15 minutes a day adds up to over 90 hours a year? Did you know that? 15 minutes a day invested in you adds up to 90 hours a year. And what could 90 hours of intentional growth actually bring for your leadership? What could 90 hours of intentional growth actually do for your business? What could 90 hours of intentional growth actually do for your family, for your relationships? What could it do? A lot, a lot. And many that knew you, you will become unrecognizable to them, because they'll be like, oh, wait, what? Is this the same girl? What? Is this the same person? Right. Let's see some comments. Samuel says, yes, doctor. Ooh, Fabiola says, I need to improve on myself. Let's go. Let's go. You got it. You got it, Fabiola. You can do it. You are already there, right there. Because the first thing is to realize what you need. And then you can be on the pursuit, and there are answers everywhere. And of course, I'm here as your coach to help you and to stand alongside you if you need to reach out. Yeah, we are looking at personal growth being the new competitive edge. And we are looking at the fact that this is an area of education which has been ignored, to the detriment of communities, to the detriment of schools, to the detriment of societies, to the detriment of families, to the detriment of whole nations. Personal growth is the area that needs to be emphasized, because it is the foundation that will carry everything else. So we have seen how people say, I am too busy. First of all, some people are not aware, and you're here because, listen, it is your first step towards that awareness. How do you ignite awareness? You ignite awareness by exposure. And you gain that exposure by travel, by reading, by studying, by the networks that you make, the podcasts that you listen to. Okay. All right. Yeah. The people that you hang around with, that's how you ignite your awareness. You ignite your awareness, because you're going to be like, oh, wait, what? I didn't know that. I didn't even know that I was like that. I didn't even know that. Oh, I need to grow in this area. So lack of self-awareness can be cured. So that's why you should listen to the Leaders Well podcast all the time. Go to YouTube and subscribe. Yes, you're going to ignite that awareness. When you ignite that awareness, the next thing is you want to prioritize that, because you're the one that puts stuff on your plate. You're the one that prioritizes stuff. So you go ahead and prioritize that. And the next one is another obstacle that people use is, they're settled. They settle in their comfort zone. They don't want to do anything that messes up their comfort. Yes. So many leaders, they have worked hard and they have thrived for some time. Now they have a good salary. Now they have a respected title, and maybe they have a stable business, that's taking care of the things that they care about. And now they have plateaued. So even without realizing it, what they're busy doing now is protecting their comfort zone. Every action is protecting the comfort zone. Every action is meant to keep them where they are. But do you know that the comfort zone, is a potential slow, silent killer of potential? Do you know that the comfort zone is the silent, slow killer of potential? The moment you stop challenging yourself and being challenged, you start declining. The moment you stop challenging yourself and being challenged, you start declining. I am making a case, if you're just joining us, for the fact that personal growth is the new competitive advantage. So if you coast in the comfort zone, what's going to happen is you're going to start declining. It's not going to be dramatically, right? It's not going to be dramatically like, oh, boom, one day you just wake up and boom, you have declined. No. It's going to be subtle. It's going to be quietly. It's going to be like everything is okay. And then one day you just realize that you wake up and everybody has moved on and you have remained behind in one place for so many years. And you're here with me today, and I'm glad you're here. I have a message for you. Comfort is not your destination. Comfort is the signal that it's time to find a new mountain to conquer. I'll say it again. Comfort is not your destination. Comfort is the signal that it's time for you to find a new mountain to conquer. The next obstacle is fear of failure. Some people fear looking foolish. Have you tried doing a new thing for the first time? Do you just get it 100%? Well, not many of us get it 100% the first time, right? You fail some, you fall some, you make mistakes on some, you look stupid on some, you look foolish on some, you ask for help for some, you humble yourself for some. Has anybody ever been in a learning curve that humbled you? Maybe it was a new job experience or a new business or a new position in your company, in your organization. Have you ever tried something new that humbled you? And you can put in the you can put in the comments that's true. Put in the comments that's true. If you're here and you have been in you've done something new before and you had that discomfort of struggling and you began to fear, oh, am I going to succeed? This change that has come, am I really going to be able to break through? Now, what you have to know is that growth requires courage. Growth requires courage. And whatever you are feeling, that discomfort you are feeling is an invitation for more. All right? I'm going to say it again. Every time you feel that discomfort, understand it is an invitation for more. It means that you are stepping into unfamiliar zones. You're stepping into unfamiliar territories. When you feel that fear, when you feel that comfort, when you're starting something new, it is a signal that you are growing. What you're going to do is press on, press through, and master that new territory. And when you master that new territory and you start feeling comfortable again, guess what? It is another signal that it's time for you to conquer and yet another mountain. Yet another mountain. If you're just joining me, please put in the comments what is one area that you realize you have to grow in as a person. You might want to grow in your resilience. Yes, that might be an area that you want to grow in. You might want to grow in your self-confidence, emotional intelligence, self-awareness, cultural awareness. You might want to grow in your gratitude. Don't we just have to be grateful? Yeah. Gratitude is one quality of the growing person. Yes, you want to grow in your positive psychology. You want to grow in your mindset. You want to grow in your self-leadership. You want to grow in your courage and risk-taking. You want to grow in your adaptability. Oh, yeah? Some of us are so stuck in our ways. And yes, I was one of those who, listen, I was one of those people that used to like, if it's not broken, why are we trying to fix it? Just leave it the way it is. Until my son reminded me, my young son, then he was less than 15. He reminded me, he said, Mom, if it's not broken, we can still make it better. I was like, wait, what? So I have been dealing with a fixed mindset all this while because I was afraid for change. If it's not broken, let's just leave it like that. And then he told me, listen, Mom, even if it's not broken, we can still make it better. So what do you have to grow in? What areas do you have to grow in? How do you even know you're stuck? I'll share this and then we can take this up during the next podcast when I come up. But hey, how do you even know that you're not growing anymore? Because, I talked about the lack of self-awareness, and I talked about self-awareness being the first step towards any lasting change. So how do you even know that you're not growing as a person? We are talking about personal growth being this competitive advantage that we need 2026 and beyond, because technical skills and credentials and certificates are not going to be the differentiator no more, because knowledge is everywhere now at the tip of your fingers. All you need is the internet. And yes, boom, you get it. And do you know AI knows everything? Like it knows more than you? Yeah, it knows more than you. It knows more than you. And all those apps and different systems that have been created that everybody is using and everybody has access to, there is an internal infrastructure that when you build, you begin to ride on, you begin to drive on, and it's yours and yours only. Nobody can take that from you. It is not even transferable, because everybody has to go through their own experiences, find their own patterns of growth, and then grow following their own sustaining pace in growth. So how do you even know that you're not growing yourself? I'm just going to give you some indicators. You find yourself being in the same frustrating situations over and over and over. Yes, the same toxic relationship. You left Peter, now you went to John, now you went to Samuel. The same toxic patterns. Could it be there is something that you need to change that will stop that attracting those kinds of people? Oh, I was having a group coaching session one time, and one of the participants said, wait, but Dr. Echu, I thought those things only mean that there are uncles, wizards in the villages that are causing those things to happen. I said, there is that. But there is also patterns that you develop as a person that predict your failure even before you reach there. And these are some of the things we are looking at. If you find yourself in the same toxic relationships, the same financial stress, the same conflicts at work, you leave one job, you go to the next job, you go to the same conflicts. Oh, wait, what? Could it be that there is something that has to change about you internally that will affect everything externally? Also, let's look at this one. You're feeling bored. You're very bored. It's not the money that's your problem. You have you're married, if marriage is your thing, you have children, but you just discover that life is boring. You wake up every day feeling bored. You don't know why you're bored, and you're looking outside for joy, for things that will excite you. And yet those things happen momentarily. And after that, there is no real excitement, no sense of progress, no feeling of becoming. That is a telltale sign that your personal growth has stalled, has plateaued, and you stopped growing maybe 10 years ago when you found that nice job that dream job that you like. You stopped growing. And now you're just going through the motions. Wake up, go to work, come back, eat. Wake up, go to work, come back, eat. So that's signaling that there is more for you, but you need to be deliberate. You need to be intentional. You need to go for it. You have to stand up for it. How do you know you're stalled and you're not growing? You're threatened by other people's successes. Every time you see somebody succeeding, especially if they were your classmates, people that you had known closely, if they were your classmates, former colleagues that you knew, instead of you being excited, genuinely excited, there is this knowing jealousy. Nobody sees it, but you know it. It's there. And inside of you, it's knowing in your heart. You're feeling jealous about that. And you're insecure with yourself when you see others making progress and succeeding. That's because you are not growing. You're not growing. You're stuck. Personal growth, you're not growing. It left you years ago. And right now you're just going through the motions. Listen, I have to say it as it is, because this is an area that has been neglected for too long. Growing people celebrate others. Why? Because they are secure in their own journey. They are secure in their own journey, so they celebrate others. But stagnant people, they don't have the momentum for their own lives. When they see others moving in momentum, they have a negative feeling about it. Now, I'm going to give you one more. How do you know you're stuck? Your conversations are usually around people. You discuss people, you discuss events, and you discuss complaints. Oh dear. You discuss people, you discuss events, and you discuss complaints. Anybody around you that knows you, what they're going to say about you. You discuss people, you discuss events, and you discuss complaints. That's you. Listen, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Don't run away from this podcast now. Stay here. This has worked for me. It has transformed my life. It has transformed who I am. It has just transformed how much impact I'm able to bring to other people with the gifts and talents and everything about me. And it has transformed the lives of other people that I have helped. And this will definitely help you too. Growth produces depth. But when you're not growing, you remain shallow. And all you talk about is events, complaints, and people. But when you're growing, you discover that you talk about ideas, you talk about dreams, you talk about progress. Those are the conversations that you have. You discuss lessons you're learning, and you're excited about life. I'm trying to help you understand how life looks like when you're not growing. And I'll just give one more. And we'll talk about the rest in the next podcast. We just have a few more minutes. If you have a question, please put it in the comments. Or you can just let me know you're here by putting a wow in the comments. That will do, okay? I just want to know you're here. Just put a wow in the comment, and that will do for me. And I'll be sharing one more. How do you know you're stuck? How do you know you're not growing? We are looking at personal growth being the new competitive advantage. We are looking at personal growth being the new competitive advantage. And this is an area that many people have neglected because it is less emphasized in so many spheres. It is less emphasized in so many spheres. Families are being affected. whole communities, entire communities are being affected. Whole entire nations are being affected. Industries are being affected because this area is not being emphasized. Yet, it is the foundation that you need to sustain every other kind of leadership that you're going to grow in. You know, sometimes people talk about personal growth like you need to develop yourself, and then you can grow in your leadership, and then maybe lead other structures. But do you know that even though other types of leadership is being celebrated, the greatest type of leadership is personal leadership? Because that is the leadership that sustains all the other types of leadership, all the other spheres of leadership. And as it has been said, the most difficult person to lead is yourself. So this is meant to help you look at those areas where you need to grow as a person and then begin to work on yourself. Because 2026 and beyond belongs to those who will pay attention to their personal growth. It belongs to those who will pay attention to their personal growth. I'll just give us two more areas. How do you know you're stuck? Maybe you are looking at it from the professional side. You are somebody that you have the same circle of people. Like, even personally, you have the same circle of people. For the past 10 years, you're in that little bubble and circle. That is your network. And that's it. As a career person, as a professional, as a corporate professional, you've been attending the same networking events, the same, and maybe seeing the same attendees, the same participants. But you see, if you're growing yourself, you'll be seeking new mentors because you're going places. You're getting new businesses. You're getting into a different area of your industry, or getting into a new industry that you've not known before. You're seeking coaches. You're building relationships outside your immediate lane when you're growing yourself. But someone that's not growing themselves, their network is frozen. Frozen maybe to 10 years ago. Do you know that there are some people whose network has been frozen since high school or since college, since university? All the people they interact with and network with are people from those days. And there's no problem with that. But where are you going to in life? Because if you're having new dreams, if you're having new visions, if you're having new goals, then what you want to do is to grow your network. You know how they say your network is your net worth? So if your network is frozen, your net worth is also frozen. Think about that. So a frozen circle is a frozen future. A frozen is a frozen future. You need to break that bubble. You need to break that ice. You need to move on. You need to break that glacier, because there is much more than what you've experienced as far as who you are and who you can become. Oh, yeah? Leaders will grow themselves, but people who are not growing themselves will wait on their employers to grow them. They're waiting for that new opportunity at work, for maybe professional development. They're waiting for resources from the workplace to grow themselves. But leaders take initiative and grow themselves. I have a question for you. When is the last time you picked up a book? When is the last time you attended a seminar that is not paid by your employer? It was paid from your personal finances. When is the last time that you listened to a podcast? When is the last time that you sat in a room full of people who challenged the way you think and you came out on the other side better, different, stronger, more inspired, with greater clarity, with greater strategic thinking? When is the last time that you did that? Because I'm going to tell you something that I believe with everything in me. The person who keeps growing is the person who keeps winning. The person who keeps growing is the person who keeps winning. And I'm going to share this timeless wisdom from Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn, whose timeless wisdom has been nourishing the minds of millions worldwide. There is this quote from him: "Your level of success will seldom exceed your level of personal development. Your level of success will seldom exceed your level of personal development, because success is something you attract by the person that you become." Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Leaders World, brought to you by Leaders World Institute. And we have been looking at personal growth being the new competitive edge. How are you growing you? Have you stalled in your growth? How are your conversations for the past 3 years, for the past 5 years, for the past 2 years? How have your conversations been? Go ahead and share this with someone. Subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel. Help us reach more people. And I have a surprise for you. I'm going to put it in the comments. I'm going to put in the comments the Evolution Audit, which is a 5-day personal growth workbook. It is science-backed. It is a 5-day system that transforms how you think, how you lead, and how you perform. I'm going to put that in the comments, and that is your bonus for joining us today. Watch out in the comments. I'm going to put it there. Once you click the link and follow the directions, you're going to get your free personal growth workbook. You're going to get your free personal growth workbook that is science-backed, and it is a 5-day system that helps to transform how you think, how you lead, and how you perform. Click on that link. It is completely free, and you can get access to a resource that will transform your life. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments if you have a question, because we are in the final leg of our conversation for today. And I will be seeing you in the next conversation. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to put the comments in the link. It's actually there. You can see it in the, I'm going to put the link in the comments. It's already there. It's actually there already. So please subscribe. Help us reach more people. And I will be seeing you in our next session. Bye, everyone.
For your corporate and personal needs.
Leaders World Institute. Changing lives, one leader at a time.